People can steal your identity. People can hack into your accounts. You see all those celebrities that get their iPhone hacked and all their pictures end up on the internet. I mean, it's important to keep all that stuff that you hold dear away from people that want to be malicious with it.
Welcome back, folks. This is episode 32 of It's About Your Paycheck. And today we're talking about how to protect our data, our cybersecurity. We had a great guest on before who's going to come back and share some awesome things with us. Before that, though, what's up, Walt? How you doing today, sir?
You good, man? Happy Sunday, the end of June. July is almost here. I'm good, man. I was a little under it the last couple of days or whatever, but I'm feeling better today. I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Good, man. Your camera looks clean. Did you get a new camera?
Same one.
Same camera? All right. I'm trying to stand today because my butt was hurting for so long. Like when I usually sit down. I'm like, let me try standing for a minute. And then I can sit down if I get tired. You know what I mean? So change it up, get a little different view in the background here a little bit.
Bro. Yep.
Yeah, man. That's it, bro. So we got some pay news we're going to get into before our guest gets on. So let's get to it. What you got for us today, Walt?
Oh, so I have an article by Digital Guardian. The article was written by Chris Brook. Talks about the sentencing of Timothy Young, who was a former employee.
The sentencing, you said?
Yeah, he was sentenced. He used to be a former employee of a data analytics and risk assessment firm.
Okay.
And he stole and sold company data.
Dang.
Yeah, so Timothy Young used an alias to advertise the non-public information, which included name, passwords, and contact details, which he stole from his employer. So the company was suspected to be Ferris Analytics based on his LinkedIn profile. Young he was caught by the FBI.
That's the one he made up.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they're thinking that's his actual company that
that he stole from. Oh, okay, got it.
So he got caught up because the AI was monitoring him, and so he engaged with them online, and they ultimately paid him like half a Bitcoin for access to stolen data.
Ooh, wow.
That was the transaction that led to his arrest in May of 2019. But he pleaded guilty to wire fraud and was sentenced to almost 2 years in prison, followed by 3 years supervised release, and he was ordered to pay a restitution of almost $300,000.
Oh, dang. Yeah. That's not half a Bitcoin, so he definitely didn't come out on top.
No, he didn't. What about you? What you got, man?
Very interesting. Keeping in thread, keeping on brand for this episode. 3 employees were fired in one of the biggest Massachusetts largest healthcare system, for leaking PII, like accidentally. They didn't mean to do it, but one employee, looks like, if you read the article, it looks like one employee gave another employee, like a coworker, their access to get some help on a project.
Wow.
And because someone had access that wasn't supposed to have the access, right? It was a leak. Basically, that's a breach. And they fired after the investigation. They realized it in the beginning of April, and then the investigation lasted until the end of May, and they ended up firing 3 employees for this privacy breach, basically.
Wow.
So yeah, man, this stuff is important. Folks don't realize. I hope folks do realize how important this is. We always talk about cybersecurity, protecting data. As a payroll HR professional, it's a must. As a employee, as a human that lives next to the digital world this day, right? Because if you're not connected, then hey, don't worry about it. But those folks are few and far apart. Most of us are connected to the internet in some way, and if that's the case, then we have to be mindful of our data. We have to safeguard our data. We have to do all the things that we can do. And then we'll learn more from Anthony today about what those things are and like, how do we do that? Yeah. And before Anthony comes on, we have a word from our sponsor.
All right. TimeTrakGO. So summer has arrived, and with it, there's a perfect opportunity to plan your dream vacation. But whether you're envisioning relaxing on that beach getaway or an adventure-packed journey, TimeTrakGO is here to ensure requesting and approving your time off is hassle-free. TimeTrakGO simplifies vacation planning for employees with an intuitive mobile app. Easily check available vacation time, submit those requests, and manage everything on the go. For supervisors, approving requests is as easy as a single click upon notification.
Yep. Everyone deserves a break, and TimeTrakGO streamlines the process for all. Start your stress-free vacation planning today with a free 14-day trial at TimeTrakGo.com. That's www.TimeTrakGo.com. Or you can call them at 888-321-9922. Happy vacationing. Let's go.
All right, guys. Is that better?
Yeah, man, we got you.
How's it going?
Going good. Congratulations, sir.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
I heard.
For,
Oh, we lost you. Oh, there you go.
it was one of the hardest tests I've ever taken.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was, I didn't think I was going to pass at all.
Dang.
But they give you like your score right at the end.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was nice, but those first 5 questions, I was like, man, I'm going to fail. I had no idea what was going on, but those were like PBQs, so they're like real world issues that you have to fix
Okay.
at term, like networking a switch that has a virus, figuring out which one was the host virus and which ones are clean.
Wow.
I didn't study for that, so
They caught you off guard. That's
yeah,
what's up, though. But you passed, so that means you got the goods, man.
yeah.
No
Oh,
doubt.
great.
That's good, man.
How long were you studying for it?
What'd you say?
How long did you study for it? Like up and leading up
3
until
months.
Oh, wow.
That's-
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh,
Well,
did you get a chance? Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Did you get a chance to build that environment that you wanted to build?
I did it online. I
Okay.
didn't buy it, like hardware.
Okay.
But that was, I had to take like a networking test too to get my Network Plus certificate.
Wow.
So that's
Right.
gonna help out with that. But there wasn't
Yeah.
much networking in the cybersecurity except for those first 3 questions.
Wow.
Anthony, man, super happy for you, man. Super excited for what that means for you and your life and your career. Man, that's exciting, bro.
I already started applying jobs with this cert. Changed my resume. I got it like
Oh,
right at the
dang.
top now.
I'm gonna cut this
Yeah.
part out then. So we are recording, so I'll edit this out.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah. Right when I got it, I changed my resume to put it in there so people know.
Good.
Yeah.
That's what's up. We talk about that on one of the shows, like how we should track our accomplishments in real time as they're happening. Oh, like,
Right.
this is a resume item. Go ahead and keep a draft of a resume that you just keep in running
Yeah.
stuff for, you know what I mean? Because like we don't think about it. You don't think about it until the next time you go apply for a job. And then you're like, oh my gosh, what did I do for the past 5 years? Even a year worth of accomplishment is a lot to have to try to remember after the year has passed. So
But you think there's like a paper trail too. So as long as you have a paper trail that you can put in the resume.
oh, that's real good. Well, yeah, some of us, we don't all have paper trails, but that's cool. Yeah,
That's a
No
good
doubt.
idea.
no doubt.
Okay.
I would think
So,
you
yeah, man.
guys.
Man, it's going. We're growing and just trying to expand stuff and learning stuff. We're still learning, man. Even though we've been doing this podcast for about a year or 2 years
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
we're still learning stuff. We're still growing. We're still discovering stuff. We're still in that discovery mode and having to change and adapt as things change and
Right.
stuff like that. I think one of the most surprising things that we learned is that there was a fear when we initially started this that we wouldn't have enough cover. We wouldn't have enough topic
Content,
and
yeah, material.
based content to go over it. But now we're
Yeah.
discovering like, oh, there's a endless supply of
And-
it.
They can just like, yeah, it all makes sense to go around with payroll and jobs. I appreciate what you guys are doing, man.
Oh, thank you,
Thanks,
brother.
man.
We appreciate the help, man. So let's get into it. We got Anthony back on the show today to talk about cybersecurity and newly fresh off of a nice pass, newly minted with some more credentials, calculations and the stuff. But yeah, congrats on that, man. That's awesome. And look, our first question here for you is a no-brainer, we think, but why is protecting our data so important?
Even if it's just you and it's not like you don't own a business, it's just your personal data.
Correct. Yep.
People can steal your identity. People can hack into your accounts. You see all those celebrities that get their iPhone hacked and all their pictures end up on the internet. I mean, it's important to keep all that stuff that you hold dear away from people that want to be malicious with it. So,
yeah,
it's a lot of, like, you got to think of it as your house. When you're in your house, you want privacy. You don't want people to come in unannounced. That's basically what the hackers are doing.
It's a great analogy.
Yep. So that, and then, the laws too. So if you own a business, let's say, or you work at a hospital and you have health information, that stuff you get fined hundreds of thousands of dollars if that stuff, or you're careless with it. And even just credit cards too. Target got hit 2016.
Yep.
I think it was 2016. Hundreds of thousands of personal information got out. And they got hit with a big fine. They had zero security. You would think Target would know better, but it was zero security. So.
No.
That goes into like business continuity. We've done a couple of shows on that on the other podcast where it talks about different protections that businesses that have in place. And that's a part of that. And I think, unfortunately, like businesses are more reactive in some cases than proactive. And Target, in that case, like you spoke to, was reactive. Like they didn't think, oh, we need to guard together.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. It should be automatic, man. So like the PCI, the payment card industry has certain laws. And you got to follow those rigidly. You have to keep up with all that. And I don't know who dropped the ball or Target didn't think they could get hit, but it was one of the credit card systems. They have a third party that comes in.
There it is.
Then they went into Target. So
that's what it is.
Yeah, you got to watch.
They found a back door through that third party. Yeah.
We've heard so many stories and we've done different true crime stories on our shows about third party people, providers being the ones that the hackers access the information through.
Yep.
Crazy, man.
Crazy. That's why you can't give them high access to your network. You have to create their own account and have it blocked off from everybody. Because if they have a Trojan on their computer and they're logged in as admin, it's your system. That Trojan has admin rights to that.
Wow.
If they have their own
dropping gems for us tonight. Yep.
They didn't go anywhere.
That's dope.
Anthony, you just start your own business. You can do your own consulting name.
Consulting, man,
bro.
Oh, man.
There's so much opportunity in it because it's. I feel like cybersecurity is in its infancy stages. Even though for someone like you, you're like, wait, no, goes years back, and Target should have been aware. I think they're still trying to catch up, right? And look, in that instance, it wasn't Target; it was the third party, so they gotta expand their audit criteria and requirements and things, right? So we were just talking about right before you got on. We reported some cybersecurity issues, and I just mentioned there were some employees in Massachusetts at one of their biggest hospital systems that got fired because one employee shared their credentials with another employee who wasn't privy to the data, and they discovered the breach. Like in the beginning of April, they did an investigation. By the end of May, three employees got fired.
Gone.
Right?
Yeah.
Gone.
You know what they access? I know a lot of hospitals, if there's someone famous there, people would share their credentials.
It was patient information.
Yeah.
Yep. PII.
Fired real quick. Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. Boom. Because especially at a hospital, you got to sign HIPAA law. You got to sign things, NDAs, and all these things that you can't share. You can't do. Employee
they put
thinking,
stuff
oh,
in
this is
play.
all good. I just need help on my project. Nope. Nope.
No.
This stuff is real, man. And I'm like, I really love the articles we shared because and having you on because we really want to like highlight guys, folks in the world, people of all types here. We gotta be mindful of this. It is serious. And we probably not as even ourselves. I don't know if I'm as secure as I should be. You know
A
what I
lot of
mean?
people are like,
Yeah.
so I talk to people too, and they're like, I don't care if the government has my information. I'm not doing anything wrong. But it's not just about
Not about that. Yeah.
wrong. It's about your life. And if that information gets out, someone can get a credit card in your name with your social
Yep.
security number, get a passport,
A
go do something
mortgage.
crazy. Yeah.
If you got good credit, like buying houses and cars and credit cards, all that.
You have no idea.
Yep.
That's the perfect segue then, Anthony. We understand the importance of it, but how can we protect ourselves and protect our data?
Perfect.
All right. Yeah. I made a little list here for you guys.
Nice, man.
First one
Oh,
is strong password. Like the password 123 doesn't cut it anymore. These hackers have terabytes and terabytes of passwords already written. They just hit a button and they go down all the list. Usually they can get in. It's called a brute force because people use easy password, or if they do any kind of investigation about you, your street address, they found out the name of your dog, your mom's maiden name, which is all online. Easy Google. Then they can start guessing from that. Strong passwords, I'd say at least 12 characters. So
wow.
capital letter, lowercase, special character, numbers.
Nice. Wow.
And then
Well, wow.
Before you continue, Anthony, you're so right because there are sites like Spokio is a site, right? You can go do a free people search on there and get like basic general information. I can search Brian on there now and find out his address, who lives in the house with him, just on a free search.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wow. And that's why they collect our information because that data is valuable to somebody. Now they can put that information behind a paywall and people will pay for that information to get it.
Mhm.
They got, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't like all the data dealing that's going on in every country. I mean, it's going on everywhere. So I mean, that's why TikTok might get banned here because Chinese company and the US wants our data, but they don't want China to have our.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like
They'll
you can
do
get it. Right. Y'all can't have it.
So that, and then I would say always two-factor. Always.
Multi-factor at this point because they have you can even go past the 2.
Yep. They'll put like a personal email, a phone number. They'll call you. They'll call your cell phone.
Yep.
Always two-factor, especially at work. These companies should have two-factor at work everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually at the enterprise level, they're forcing it. You don't have a choice.
Yeah, always. Google does it for personal. Every time I sign in somewhere, it sends me a message on my phone saying, "Is this you?"
Yeah,
I say a lot. So that's definitely important. See what else I put here. Always update everything. Patch your system always. These patches are super important because people are just poking these operating systems, these web applications, always poking to see what they can get away with. When the provider or the owner of the web app sends out, or your phone even, always update. I do it that day.
So let me ask you. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So this wasn't one of the questions we had here, but it came to me while you were talking. It is because you mentioned a paper trail earlier in the show, right? Is keeping a paper trail of our documents and data a good way to protect ourselves, like having actual physical copies at home?
Yeah, locked up. I would say that's the safest place for them is locked up in a safe in your house. Try to keep them off the web, but that's not feasible anymore our day and age.
Okay.
So it's just not feasible anymore. But
So the strong password, do the
Factor.
update,
Yeah.
multi-factor. What else?
Yep, encryption. Do you guys use WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger?
You use WhatsApp,
Yeah.
but here's a good question for someone like yourself. What is the benefit of WhatsApp? Because everybody says right away, oh, encryption. But all right, just in the app though, right?
Right, just
I
in
mean, I
the
don't
app.
know. Like from your perspective, like what is the benefit of WhatsApp? Why
So
is it
like
good?
SMS and MMS messages, there can be someone in the middle of your conversation with somebody. So you send out a text, not encrypted. Someone can be a man in the middle and intercept it and change what you're trying to send to somebody.
Really?
It's not encrypted, not hashed. If you're sending something extremely important, so the hash makes it so you know that nothing's changed in the message. So it hashes it. And then you'll have, as long as it gets there and the hashes match, you know, no one's touched it. But encryption, they have asymmetric and symmetric. And symmetric is public. So you have a public key and a private key. And you'll send your private key to who you want to, or yeah, you'll send your private key to the person you're messaging and they can unlock it with the public key. So that's a good way to send data, not even just texting, but data altogether. The encryption's really important now, especially when quantum computing is coming up. So quantum computing, regular encryption is not going to work anymore. So
Wow.
it's going to be obsolete. So we have quantum encryption coming up. Make sure that
Holy cow.
because with a hacker that or these state hackers, these state actors that will have access to quantum computers, they'll be able to get into like a 24 character password in a matter of hours because those computers are so strong. So always encrypt, but that's why WhatsApp that's why I like it. It tells you right there that this is encrypted message.
Wow.
So just so you know, I think
You also mentioned Facebook Messenger. Is that encrypted as well?
that's encrypted too. I'm not sure about iMessage, but
That's what I was going to ask.
Yes.
Our Apple messages aren't
It
encrypted?
probably is because they don't send SMS. Theirs is
Right.
not through cellular, so it probably is.
But when it's SMS not encrypted.
If you get an app for it, it will be.
Oh,
Certain apps will encrypt it, but a lot of those old phones that they just have the SMS default app, those weren't encrypted. I'm not sure if they've updated them now to be encrypted, but I just know that's like a dangerous thing. So,
Let me ask.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, because I was going to go to the next question, but if you still are answering something from this current question, go ahead.
Yeah, we were talking about how we can protect our data. You were going through your list.
Yep. Make sure you have a secure Wi-Fi. So once you get that router, change the password, change that default password.
Okay.
Because people just search for them online and they can just get in. Yeah. So always change the default password for everything, especially Wi-Fi routers. And even like the web applications for printers at your jobs, change those. I know a couple brothers printers. I memorize them. If someone calls, I can just get in without asking for the password.
Holy
It's just
cow.
in and pass. That's all it is.
Wow.
And you're able to get right into the web GUI for the printer.
Wow.
And then you can use those printers for a DDoS attack. You can make it so they can't print something.
Oh my
And
goodness.
these people can control these devices and send all that data back to a command control computer, and you won't even know. So it's good to have that, especially for a business, but especially if like you live in an apartment complex too. You should always change that default password. Like some hackers called war driving, they'll drive around the city and see what Wi-Fi they can pick up in their car, try to break in, driving around. Or they have drones called war flying. They'll fly around, pick up the Wi-Fi signals to try to break in.
Wow. I used to know this dude. I used to know this dude that would he didn't have Wi-Fi at his crib, so he would drive around just to pick up Wi-Fi and work from his car and work on somebody.
Yeah.
Just to do his
People are
work,
doing
like
that.
nothing malicious other than stealing the Wi-Fi connection. Just
Yeah.
to do his work. But it goes to show you, like,
Fair.
the fact that you could just drive around and post up in front of houses and just pick up somebody, get in. You know what I
Break
mean?
in
Like,
easy.
yeah.
So, and then that's their network now, you know? The private stuff you do. They can see what sites you're going to. They can see what you're looking at. They can even get into your webcam.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
Wow.
Crazy.
So you remember that story that came out a little while ago? I think Google actually got in trouble because they, you know how you can go incognito or private, those private browsers. They said that they were still capturing that data. So does that actually protect you going into private or incognito at all?
No, the data you're sending out and bring it back into your house has to go out. It's just that the local is not saved, but people can still see the sites you're going to. They can still see everything you're doing, but that's just like for your browser. If you put incognito, it won't save on the browser. But it still has to go to the internet. That's why you can use like a VPN. You see all those commercials for VPNs on YouTube. But some of those aren't. They say that they're good, but you still, a fairly well-trained hacker can still see what you're doing. Hard. Yeah, but like I work from home, so I have a VPN. This one's pretty good. It's called Global Protect. My company actually got hacked in 2017. And they had ransomware, and they were down for a month.
Oh my God.
Yeah, a month.
So for remote, so what I'm hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong here, because I don't want to make an assumption, but what I'm hearing from you is that if we are a remote worker, that we should at least have some sort of VPN.
If you're accessing documents or any kind of data from the sites that you work at, from their data centers, you always have VPN.
Okay.
And usually you can't even access them unless you have a VPN. So I don't know, like for your job, you guys use a VPN at all?
I don't have a VPN.
No.
Do you use like web apps for most of your stuff? You like log into a web application? They probably use cloud, like a cloud provider, and that cloud provider is in charge of the security. So your job might not have to worry about it. And that cloud provider will be the ones that will take care of the security to make sure all that data is safe.
Gotcha, man.
All
right.
I got it. One more.
Okay, cool.
One more. Yeah, two more. Training. Look stuff up. Yeah, just read about it, especially if you're worried about those intimate pictures you have with your significant other or your kids that you don't want out. Just read about how you can protect. That's the best thing if you're aware. And then security software. You guys use firewalls at all?
Yeah.
You guys are on Windows machine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have Windows Defender.
Yep.
You ever look at it? You make sure it's on?
Yeah, my company makes sure that it's always on.
Yeah. Yeah. You can just play with it, man. You can play with it and see like the stuff you can stop stop your kids from going to certain websites with the firewall. Yeah, it can do a lot. That's it, man.
So, okay. Thank you.
Thank you, man. So let me ask you then on to the next question. So is our data being accessed or hacked by others? Is that inevitable? Is it going to happen no matter what we do?
So there's no 100% safe for anything. There's still going to be workarounds for everything. Coming about, they're going to have quantum hacking. It's just, it's inevitable, but you can stop it and you can detect it and you can stop it so they have to plan out for companies how they're going to get in. And if you have the right software or the right setup, then it'll take them a long time. It'll make it harder for them to get in. But it won't be, there's nothing 100% secure at all. Especially with, if you're at a big company, people can get on site as a visitor, plug in a USB drive, do a lot. And if you don't have those ports blocked, they can just leave it in the computer. The person signs in, it's key logging everything. Or it throws a worm in there. That worm's in your system now, and worms don't need any human connection to spread through a network. Once it gets on your computer and you're on a network, it replicates itself throughout the entire network. Not picking up any USBs and plugging them in randomly. Go to the parking lot at your job, leave it.
Oh my gosh. So hackers would actually do that. They would purposely leave.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah. Yep. Someone wants to know what's on this USB. If it's someone from the company, they give it back. Second, they put it into their work computer. It's done.
Wow.
If you have a good response team, they can try to mitigate that, but it's really hard to do, especially if you're a smaller company, you don't have the cybersecurity for it. So I would suggest most small companies like outsource that to a MMS or MSSP, a managed security service provider, and they'll do it for you. And then you transfer all of that risk to them and you just work. Yeah.
All right, man. So what if there could be any improvement in the industry or in the way that we protect ourselves or our companies protect us, what would you like to see done better, Anthony?
First of all, awareness and education for sure. That's super
Number one.
important.
Yeah.
That's number one. Yeah. More laws, stronger regulations. If 2024 happens like I think it's going to happen, regulations are going to go down the drain. So I think they should pay way more attention to making sure that these companies that have our data that we trust, that they're careful with it, not just fines. I think they should have jail time if they're
Yep.
careless. Better security practice with app development, because with the app development, with especially web apps, these attackers can use your web browser against you. And once you sign in to that web app, they have that. And that's just bad
wow.
code. That's just carelessness on the coder there. A lot of these coders are trying to get the work done and not really checking exactly that their code is perfect. So it leaves sites susceptible to someone getting on your computer from a website that you usually trust. That goes with awareness too. Research and development, R&D for all this. We're definitely catching up. The hackers, there's more of them than us.
Yeah.
Some of them are well-funded, anonymous. They're activists. North Korea, they're a state actor. China, Russia, hacking our election. I think that would be important. But then I know like the bigger companies have the means to have a team, but I think more small, medium-sized companies need to do better because we trust them with our data too. That's about it. I think.
No doubt. No
Yeah.
doubt. Very thoughtful.
Yeah, man, this is great information. If you'd be so kind to share that list with us, we can
Yeah, we could
post
put it in the show notes.
note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
and that'd be very helpful. We'll definitely
Oh.
but
I heard that you shouldn't, you know how the airports have the charging stations, that you
Yeah.
shouldn't use the USB
No.
directly, but using your brick to plug in is okay.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes. They can steal your
Okay.
data from your phone with those for sure. That was on the test that I took.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
well,
Wow. So
Card
use your
skimmers
brick.
was on the test. Make sure
Use
you
that
got to
power.
jiggle that card reader. Jiggle it a little bit. Make sure
I
that
do that all the time.
yeah. Make sure it's real.
I feel crazy sometimes, but I'm like,
Way
hell?
more than you think.
wow.
oh my God. So you're saying that we should use more cash in some transactions, huh?
Uh,
Smaller transactions.
you if when crap hits the fan, man, I think cash is gonna be king. So you always have a little on you, I feel.
Okay.
Especially if our payment card systems aren't 100% secure. So if someone gets in and brings it down, what are we gonna do?
Yep. You're right.
It's happened to banks
Oh.
before where people can't get their cash out.
Yep.
So
We did a true crime on that, I think,
Mm-hmm.
where a group of credit unions got hit.
people can get their cash.
Yep. People cannot
Yeah.
access their funds.
Yeah. And what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Can't do
What you
anything.
can
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think all that's
That's-
important.
Yeah. Great stuff, man.
Yeah, I'll send you that list.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll
Cool.
write a little bit more clear for you guys.
Okay. No, you're good, man. This is great information. Check Anthony out on LinkedIn. I'm sorry. If you want, you know. But,
No, I don't care.
Yeah, but check him out. And this is great advice, man. I think there's an opportunity for you to maybe even do your own type of stuff on security
Hopefully.
and protection and stuff like that, man.
In a couple years, there's another security certificate I want to get, but you need 5 years experience before you can
Okay.
take that test.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, and then we get the Google cert soon. And then there's
Okay.
a ISOC test I found is free if anybody's interested in that one. I'll put that there too so you can post that.
Yeah, that'd be
for-
awesome.
Yes.
Ooh, what were those two sites that you told us about also? One we could see all of the kind of hacking across the globe.
Yeah.
And then there was another one that I actually used that day to see if
Yes.
our person ever got hacked,
Uh-huh.
our information. And that was, I mean, it seemed accurate because I've gotten, like, when I pulled it
Yeah.
up on mine, I saw I remember getting notices from all the agencies that got hacked that I was
Yeah.
a part, that
I
was
can't
my
remember the name of that
information.
site, but I think I gave you guys that site too, right?
Okay.
Last time.
You did.
Yeah, we'll have to pull it from
Mhm.
that though. So,
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there that is really interesting with cybersecurity and our data and crime. So you guys
Yep.
can have a bunch of shows on it. And
Yeah,
it affects us all.
we at one point we were like, oh, let's do a show, and then being kind of point of like every show that it comes up on a lot of shows. So
Yep.
all right, but let's do something fun here. We got a this or that for you. That
Yeah, I've been waiting for
crafted.
this.
Yeah,
I like
boy.
this.
Yeah, this is always fun. You know what it is, this or that, both or either or neither or whatever. Well, you want to start it off and I'll finish? We got 6.
All right. So number 1, Thundercats or Transformers.
That's a tough one.
Tough. I gotta go with Thundercats just because of the Thundercats whole thing.
Yeah, man.
I like that. Yeah.
All right. So working solo or with a team?
I like solo, man. I don't really want to talk to people at work at all.
Loner.
Loner. All right. And then the last one I have, rock or pop music.
Rock. Yeah,
Rock.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Cake or pie?
Pie.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
what's
I
your
don't like
favorite type?
cheesecake, probably. You call that
Okay.
pie? I argue
Okay.
about this all the time. So, is cheesecake a pie? I think it is.
Yep.
No
Depends on
doubt.
the shape of a pie. Yep.
Okay. Xbox or PS5?
PS5 all day.
No doubt. Oh, PS5. Okay. McAfee or Norton? What is it?
Both.
Neither?
Yeah, they both have their
Neither.
issues. Yeah,
So what
if
do
I had
you
to pick,
recommend?
I would have to do some research on that. Whenever we see McAfee, we delete it off the computer.
No doubt.
Yeah, but McAfee was a G though.
Yeah.
Like murdered some people, I think,
Oh, damn.
geez.
Oh,
on an
for real, for
island.
real.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was living in
geez.
Belize.
Oh,
Check him
dang.
out. Yeah,
Yeah, gee. Through crime.
true crime. McAfee, cybersecurity, man. Yeah,
Oh, that's crazy. All right. I don't know if you want to stay on with us for the safe talk question.
You got a few more minutes?
yeah, I'll stay on.
It won't take long.
Okay. So is AI going to hurt more than it helps when it comes to protecting our data?
I think it's gonna hurt first because we aren't ready for AI,
Wow.
our laws, or socially. You see now that I can make an AI of you doing something on
Yep.
video, and it
Yep.
looks just it can't tell. We won't know what on the internet is real or not pretty soon, if not
Yeah.
already.
I think it's already there. I tell my son
Yeah.
already, like, it's all fake. It's
Yeah.
all clickbait.
Right. Yep.
Yep.
And with AI, you can change your voice. All they need is a little snippet of you saying hello or goodbye, and then they can have you say anything.
Yeah.
Anything at all.
Wow. Yep. My
So
team at work just cloned one of our as our business analyst. He cloned our coworker, and he only had 15 seconds of his voice, and he started just playing all kind of stuff. He's, who is this? And I was like, oh, that's Sebi. And he's, nope, AI. I was like,
yeah, the AI music too, like the Drake and Weekend song that came out.
yeah,
Yep.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And now Spotify's apparently for real doing like knockoffs of famous artists, do like a whole playlist. Like they're coming out with music, sounds like
Yeah.
somebody else, but is not them.
Yeah,
Like,
which
that's
I
crazy.
think could be cool if you have a favorite singer and you want to hear them sing like another song that you like. That'd be cool. But I think that's why a lot of these artists are selling their back catalogs right
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
So
Getting the most out of it now, no doubt. I
Right.
didn't even put that together. That's a great call out. That's that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
the arts
Oh.
are going to suffer. The arts are going to suffer
The arts are
way
gonna
a
suffer.
lot.
Yeah.
So we should have AI doing important jobs for us, but they're going to be writing music.
Yep.
Oh.
There's a video one that you can like just prompt it and it'll create a video scene.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
So
That's
I think it's going to hurt.
It's gonna hurt.
It's going to hurt first. Maybe we'll realize how bad things are 20, 30 years from now and fix it.
Oh.
But I think
That'd be
there's
too
gonna be-
late.
I think there's going to be too much money being made.
Yep.
And people, and they're not going to want to stop that for a little bit, even though it's going to hurt a lot of things. But once they make that money, then I think they'll come with the legislation after.
All right. You're right.
Yeah, man. This was.
I don't have anything to add to it. That's perfect.
Yeah, no, it's an eye opener. It's a sobering conversation because it's these things are good, and it's gonna, like you said, really that puts in perspective. Gonna hurt first, and then get better later.
Yeah.
So
When we wake up, or when the generation that's making our laws now are retired or gone, and I think there'll be a younger generation that'll see and try to fix what's going on. So, yep.
Thank you, Anthony. Yep.
Another great episode.
Thank
For
you
real.
guys. I really enjoy this.
Likewise, brother. Likewise, man. You got an open
Yeah.
invite for us anytime you want to come on.
Dude, just
Next
let me
time
know.
we come across cybersecurity issues, like gonna bring you on.
Yeah, man.
Bring you on for a true crime.
Yeah, no doubt.
I would love that.
Yeah, no doubt.
I got my degree in criminal justice, though. I like to
dude,
crime. Yeah. Yep.
Holy
So,
cow. Wow. A man of many, a renaissance man. No doubt. Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank you,
all for
guys.
coming on the show. Yeah, man. We love you. Thank you so much. Love everybody. Have a good one.
have a good
Tony,
summer.
yeah, man. Thank you, bro. We love it, man. Thank you so much. Congrats
Thank you.
again.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And it's true, man. You should figure out at some point you could monetize that advice. There's so many folks, like, especially like us, especially like professionals, right? That want to
Yes.
bring some savvy cyber. I know colleagues that will just be like, oh, I would love to go take a course on this and go listen to this guy talk for whatever.
I'm
So-
not professional yet at all. So I just
well,
got,
more than us, bro.
Yeah.
Pretty.
there's people out there that know a million times more than me. I'm new, trying to figure it out myself. But yeah, I'm not.
You
I'm
know
not-
what? If
I
you even have some
definitely-
recommendations on who those folks are, let me
Oh, yeah.
know, man. Let us know
Yeah.
because we'll look into that as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool, man.
Thanks for
Thanks,
letting me
brother.
come on and stretch my wings here about it, though.
Heck
I really
yeah.
appreciate it.
Heck yeah.
sir.
Absolutely. It's your
All right,
home, man.
guys.
Anytime. Have a good one, bro.
Before we sign off, here are a couple quick things. Don't forget to follow It's About Payroll on LinkedIn and It's About Your Paycheck on Facebook and TikTok.
Thank you for being part of our payroll community, and thank you for being a part of this journey with us. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep going.